Welcome back to Down the Track. This episode, we're doing the player ratings for the match between the Delhi Capitals and the Sunrisers Hyderabad, a one-sided game cruising to victory over Delhi. I have with me my co-host and die-hard Sunrisers fan, Abraziz. How are you doing, buddy?
It's not a year, man. It's not a year. It didn't look like that in May. It doesn't look like that in September. So
yeah,
I think I'm just gonna accept that as this was the game that was gonna change things around for me, if anything. But I feel like now it's a battle too far now.
Yeah, I think this player ratings will be very simple, very one-sided game, and expected some sort of fight, but yeah, it looked bleak with the season that Sunrisers are having. Let's start with the Sunrisers.
All I can say is I cannot wait for the auction next season.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's the best time to fail is now, because you have auctions straight up, right? If this was maybe 3-4 years ago, it would be very difficult for Sunrisers. I think they're on the last leg of their wheels, and they punched above the weight for the last 5 seasons. They've been in the playoffs, right? And they've won a tournament as well in 2016.
Yeah.
So I think they've done marvelous with this kind of squad, especially with the Indian contingent not stepping up. I think they've done a really good job punching above their weight, and the wheels have come off at the right time, if you can say it, if you look at it like positively.
Yeah, I think they bought very well in the big auction 4-5 years back. I think the problem that they've had is they haven't really improved on this side, so to say. I think they've trusted too much on the same side, and the team has become a little bit older and stuff like that. I think we can talk about this in detail. I feel like we diverge away from the topic a lot when Sunrisers get involved. So let's get back to the player ratings.
All right. So we'll start off with Sunrisers. Let's go with David Warner. Unforgettable day. Too much pace.
Just too much. I think the fact that he didn't play for 5 months didn't help. He seemed a little bit out of sorts. The pace was just too much for him, and Naughty kind of got off very, very. He started off very well. I mean, the first ball as well was 149 clicks or something. So no surprise there. So but what, 2 on 10?
2 on 10 for Warner, and Saha played a nice shot, and then after that struggled.
That the biggest problem is that, right? With Saha, you just feel like he has the capability to really go hammer and tonks, but then he has 4 dot balls after that, and then gets out in the way he did. It's just a very, very unfortunate dismissal. I'm going to give him a 3 on 10 because of that. I'm giving an extra point for that beautiful shot, but he really needed to carry on from there, I think, and he didn't do that.
Yeah, Williamson gave a couple chances. I thought he would capitalize after that, but not to be.
And he looked a little bit out of sorts as well. The few shots that he played were beautiful. I think was one beautiful 4 of Ashwin of that first ball right in the middle of that. So some nice stuff. But I think he also, just maybe because he hasn't played for a while or something, he also looked a little bit jaded. So I guess this is for the likes of Kane. Warner is just kind of getting back into the flow of things for the World Cup. It's a nice little practice session for them, so to say. So yeah, Kane looking a little out of sorts as well. I'd say 3 on 10 for him as well.
Yep, and our favorite player, unlucky to miss out on an India cap for the World Cup, Manish Pandey.
Oh man, the way he got out as well, I think he just chipped it in the air, similar to what Warner did. How many times have we seen this from Manish Pandey? I don't understand Manish Pandey sometimes. He's one of those that frustrates you more than he should be. So I'm gonna give him a. I want to give him a 2, but I'll give him a 3. Because I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair if I give him a 2. Because he at least scored 17 compared to the others.
That's true. And the man Kedar Jadhav has been very disappointing this season.
Absolutely, I think he's just not taken off in the season at all. He looks like a man who's well past his prime now. Not much to be said about him. 2 on 10.
2 on 10. Abdul Samad, some nice blows, but not enough support. Some nice sixes there as well.
Absolutely, I think along with the likes of Rashid, Kane, and maybe Bhuvi, I think this was the only other player that I probably want to retain. And most of the others, I think, will have to build around this kind of team. And some of this definitely one of those that I'll try to keep for sure. A solid performance, a couple of lusty blows. But he seems like he always comes on when he needs to go after every single ball, which is hard. So I'll cut him some slack. I'll give him a 6 on 10. I think it was pretty decent performance considering how his team performed around him.
Yeah, he has a bright future for sure. Jason Holder couldn't replicate last season's performance, but yeah.
Yeah, I think another 3 on 10 performance. I think he's been poor again. Batting wise, bowling wise, also, he couldn't make the West Indies squad as well. He's in the extra the flying contingent, so to say. He has dropped off from the prime Jason Holder that we've seen over the past few years. He's not the same, unfortunately.
Yep, and Rashid Khan, a contribution with the bat, but with the ball, I felt that there was no assistance for him. He didn't look that dangerous, but still economy of almost 6, just above 6, and he picked up a wicket as well of the one.
Man, this guy is just such a superstar. It's unfortunate that he has absolutely no support from anyone else in this SRH contingent. He's an absolute star. The bat with the ball, he's just been an ever green light, so to say, in this Sunrisers. Whether they perform or they don't perform, Rashid has always been a bright light. I love him, so I'm going to give him an extra point. I'm going to give a 7 on 10 to Rash.
7 on 10. And Bhuvneshwar Kumar, with the injuries and stuff, he's back, but he's not looking like the old Bhuvi right now.
Yeah, it's just been a little unfortunate, don't you think? I mean, he has been selected to the World Cup side, which is nice. So it wasn't one of his better performances. Maybe a little rusty as well. He hasn't played for a month almost now, so maybe a little rusty. We'll see if he grows into this, but somewhat rusty. I give him a 4 on 10.
4 on 10, and then Sandeep Sharma. I was surprised he didn't get the new ball. Older ball, not as effective.
I don't think you can play him in the 8th over. I think that was a wrong call by Kane. I think that they should start him in the first, give him for 1 or 2 overs in the first 3. That's the only way you can go about getting the best out of him. I think almost 9 economy, was it? Yeah, almost 9 runs in overs. So poor performance, 3 on 10.
Yep, and Khalil Ahmed.
Khalil, I feel like Khalil is the kind of guy that is similar to Manish Pandey. He kind of frustrates you because you know that there is some talent over there, but the application of that talent always seems like it's lacking. So a little unfortunate. I think that if I was in the auction, I'd try to buy him again as an extra bowler to have, because I think he has a talent. I feel like if he can try to, I don't know how else to explain it, but if he can try to focus a little bit more, I think there's a bowler that can actually do something in there. So I'll give him a 4 on 10. I'll be a little lenient because he didn't get the wicket, but he was a tad bit expensive. So
yeah, that wraps up Sunrisers ratings. You can ask me for Delhi Capitals.
Let's go, Prithvi Shaw.
Prithvi Shaw, 1 shot too many. I think, again, he got the boundaries needed. Needs to be a bit more patient. Didn't pick up the slower ball. I thought, he should have, just been more patient. 4 out of 10. Yep.
And then the man on a mission, Shikhar Dhawan.
He's knocking on the door. The last I read that he was rested from the T20 World Cup, but he's been playing the IPL, so I don't know what the rest is about. It looks like a clear drop, and he's trying to prove a point here. And square of the wicket on the leg side, straight. This guy is really good. Uses the pace well. He uses feet well as well against the spinners. I'm going to give him 8 on 10 just because he got out.
I think that's fair. Shreyas Iyer, again, another man on the mission, nicely finishing it off for his team.
I think I have to give him a lot of credit because he's not stripped of the captaincy, but he's not given back his captaincy. And I felt that was a wrong call because you've made this guy a young captain after Gambhir left. You took that decision, and now he had an injury. Now that he's back, you're keeping it with Pant because he's a Delhi boy and he's playing for India. I understand all that, but it didn't bother him. That was really good. It bothered me more, I think, than him. So he batted really well against Severe on the leg side, especially that mid-wicket cow corner region. He'll smash anything there through the point as well. Very effective. So yeah, I'll give him 8 on 10 as well. Like him and Dhawan both. That was a match-winning partnership, but they weren't chasing too much. So yeah.
Pant was on a mission, trying to finish it off early, I think.
Yeah, he batted pretty well. Some loose shots here and there, but the important thing is that he finished it off. He didn't lose his wicket, and I think that will give him some confidence. I felt his captaincy was good as well. The way he rotated Nokia, Rabada, and Avesh Khan, and also not giving Rabada the new ball, getting him a bit later, but picking up wickets. I think that was outstanding captaincy from his side of things. So I'll give him 8 on 10 as well. All 3 8.
Yeah, it says a lot about a team when 2 of your foreign players probably will end up getting an A in Stoinis and Hetmeyer.
Yeah, I think that is the thing, right? With this team, we haven't seen them lower middle order. That's something, we say that, but they reach the finals every season. The last couple of seasons. Yeah, they've been doing that. The top order has been performing, and the middle order, no exposure, no problem, right? But again, Stoinis unlucky. He pulled up an injury as well.
Yeah.
He bowled only 1 over, so I'm gonna give him not available, but I hope he's okay, because no matter what, his name there on the paper balances the team, whether he plays or not. But yeah, and Hetmeyer as well, not available. Hopefully we'll get to see them perform. They're really good players as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it says a lot about the solid team that DC is as a unit. My favorites to win this tournament for sure.
Yeah.
Moving on to Akshar Patel.
Akshar Patel, 9 on 10. I think he was brilliant. He backed up the fast bowlers, didn't give any loose deliveries, and picked up a couple of wickets. Economy was in check, so I'm going to give him 9 on 10. I think it was fantastic.
A lot of people were questioning his World Cup inclusion, but I think
including myself.
Yeah, I think he's proven all you doubters wrong.
I just felt that, you already have Jadeja, so why are you playing a same player, extra player? Just go with another batsman or a fast bowler. So many spinners in the squad.
Yeah, I agree. And then my boy Ravi Ash.
He was disappointing, to be honest. Like that ball, especially he got the after Stoinis got injured, he came into bowl and bowled a bit short. He wasn't happy with the field placement. Not bad, but like if you compare comparatively, he was poor. And with the India call up, we need him to step up his game. I'm going to give him 4 on 10.
Yeah, and I think the drop with Kane also, his reaction said it all.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on to the trio, the space trio of Kagiso Rabada starting off with him.
Yeah, Rabada, I wanted to give him 1 less point, but he picked up 3 wickets, so I can't do that. I'm going to give him 9 on 10. I think he bowled beautifully. He does get a hit for the odd 6, but he's a wicket taker. It doesn't matter, right? In T20, if you do get hit for a boundary, it's okay. As long as you're picking up wickets, it will cause problems for the opposition. And I like the slower delivery. And both of them, Rabada and Nokia, I feel they're much more comfortable in the UAE than in India. I think the extra bounce is more conducive for fast bowling here than it is in India. So you'll see these guys a bit more threatening, and that's why it makes Delhi even stronger favorites than if the IPL was in India.
I agree. I think I completely agree with that. And then Notia, since you brought him up.
Serious pace, man. He was bowling so fast, like 146, 147. He bowled 150 to Williamson as well. The way he got Warner, just cramped him for room. It was like test match bowling, man. I haven't seen Warner get out like that in a while. So, 9.5 out of 10. I think it was a superb spell.
Absolutely. And I think the revelation in fast bowling, Indian fast bowling with Avesh Khan, I think he's been phenomenal this season.
Yeah, this was key because, you can have Rabada and Nokia bowl, but then, every opposition team will target the third seamer. They will. And Delhi had this problem, in the last couple of years. They've had this problem where the third seamers got attacked. And we saw that in the final last year as well, the way Rohit Sharma got under, I think it was Harshal Patel at that time who was playing for Delhi. So, I think him backing up these fast bowlers and bowling with good pace as well, very accurate. Credit to him. I'm going to give him 8 on 10 for today, but a lot of credit the way he's bowling. I'm not going to be surprised if he plays in India shirt soon.
Yeah, it says a lot about the think tank that Delhi has as well. They realized last season that they lost out, unfortunately, because of that third seamer. That was the only problem. They tried a bunch of people. I remember this guy called, there were a couple of people, I can't remember their names right now, but there were a few people that they tried and none of them worked to kind of just go in and work with Avesh Khan through the year and come up and to the point where he's now a bowler for a nets bowler for the Indian team, and he's been performing consistently well. Shows that this Delhi unit is in it to win it.
Yeah, there's no weakness in the Delhi team. It's just about the case of the players having a bad day. And they will try to minimize that. They had one bad day in the final last year, but they will try to minimize that this season. But if you look at it, they have all bases covered. And apart from an injury or like a bad day, I don't see them, not winning this tournament or at least reaching the finals.
Absolutely. I agree 100% with you. Looking forward to what Delhi has to show in the remaining part of the season. And for me, definite favorites to go on and win the title.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But yeah, I think that wraps it up. Hopefully Sunrisers pick up a couple wins just to boost the confidence.
Spoil some parties, as they call it.
And Manish Pandey needs to freaking do something, otherwise he won't get bought in the next auction. So these guys,
he won't get bought for the money that he has, but that's for sure.
Yeah, so the individual, these players who are playing right now, they will want to prove a point because apart from Rashid Khan and maybe Warner, Williamson as well, apart from that, all these other guys will want to prove a point. Listen, we're still there and everything. So let's see how it goes. But apart from that, a big game tomorrow as well. So I'm looking forward to that, and I will catch you after the game tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thank you.